distance I can hear you now. The story circles, it comes back around. We chant a call and watch them all go through. That door I never saw, I never knew. Me and you, we come from earth and water, straight from that mountain's daughter. Back to the mother, we must journey now. We ride it up on the wings of sound. Hear it now, that holy tree is upside down. Branches in the ground, those roots in sky. Open third eye, now pass the nectar out. Inside the heart is that eternal space. That melody showed me my own true face. You chant a call, I chant a call. All in the one, one in the all. Love on the rise, it never falls. Reach out your hand and I can pull you in. Reach out your hand and I can pull you in. as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. Come. Truly in our hearts we are one with our God. Truly we proclaim it out loud. For the greatest treasure remains for those who gladly choose you now. Come, now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to give your heart. Come, just as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. Come. Willingly we choose to surrender to love. Willingly we make this vow to show the world that glory remains for those who gladly choose you now. Come, now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to give your heart. Come, just as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. Come.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Unity. Good morning. Rise to your feet wherever you are. Let's spread the light of love this morning. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, you know I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woo! Everywhere I go, you know I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, you know I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Come on. This little light of mine, woo, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, yeah, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, you know I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Thank you. Before I forget, we're going to move. We've got a full house here, so
Hey, thank you.
please welcome your host this morning, Mr. Brett Marston.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yeah. Jesse, your foot going just makes you shine. Just that foot just gets going and it doesn't stop. Good morning. I am Brett Marston. I am your host today. I'm really delighted to have you here in our beloved sanctuary, and also for those of you that are watching on live stream, we're glad to have you with us as well. Would love to thank our wonderful music team of Amy, Jesse, Scott, and Lynn. Thank you so much. Holding vigil for us this morning are two wonderful prayer chaplains, Vera Lindaberry and Dorothy Fanchi. They are sitting in meditation, maintaining an intentional inner awareness that love is all there is, and that our celebration service and all of us are under God's care. We continue to monitor the situation regarding COVID-19. We thank you for your understanding and patience during this time, and we appreciate you adhering to CDC guidelines, most importantly, wearing a mask and social distancing while here on campus. If for any reason you need to exit the sanctuary during service, please do so through the doors in the back by the chapel. If you need to come back into the sanctuary, please enter the doors that you entered when you first came in this morning. We are a social-friendly media church. Throughout the service, feel free to use your social media platforms to share anything that inspires you, moves you, but please remember to do all of this in silence with your phones off, because only in silence can we hear God's voice. If you are so inspired, you can lend a helping hand by becoming a part of our Sacred Service ministry. We have opportunities to serve as an usher on Sundays, support our Higher Grounds Cafe, and if you love gardening, you can join our gardening team. You can learn more and sign up on our Sacred Service page on our website. We appreciate you for all that you do. In service to keeping us connected during this time, Unity has lots of ways to grow spiritually from the comfort of your own home, a coffee shop, a campus, or wherever your happy place is. Check out our website for all of our wonderful virtual offerings. Here are a few featured events online and on campus. We have prayer and meditation live on the Unity Naples Facebook and on YouTube. That is Monday through Friday at noon. Each day has a theme. Check out our website, Facebook page for more details. Wednesdays at 11 a.m. is the Life Study Book Club with Reverend Eileen Chernow. Yes, yeah. The group is currently studying the book Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. The book study is offered online via Zoom. The Zoom link is available in our e-newsletter, website, and social media. Every second Wednesday of the month, join us for the Healing Crystal Bowl service facilitated by the gifted Linda Collins. CDC guidelines are in place, social distancing and masks are required. Bring a mat and melt into the divine with the gorgeous sounds of the singing bowls. There is a $15 to $20 suggested love offering for that. We have Zumba class with Lisa Richardson on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. That is held in the parking lot. Again, social distancing and CDC guidelines are in place. A love offering is also suggested. Unity Naples is a non-denominational spiritual community anchored in loving acceptance. If you are here with us for the first time, please know that whoever you are or wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And now, sit back, take a breath as we move into meditation.
Good morning, everyone. So glad to see so many beautiful half faces. I want to welcome back Reverend Eileen in the house with Gary. So glad you're here visiting. So let's take a nice deep breath together. Nice, deep, easy breath through the nose, breathing in. Exhaling and feeling that body relax. Continuing to enjoy some deep, slow breaths. Keeping focused attention upon it. Notice the chatter of the mind. Just notice it. Say to the mind, peace, be still. And imagine it just exhaling and all thoughts scurry away. Breathe your attention down into your heart space. Even place your hand on your heart for a moment if that's comfortable. And imagine it flowering open. And as it does, it releases the energy of self-love, acceptance, and forgiveness. This is the healing power of the Christ light, the presence, whatever word you use, or no word at all. Love, love. Imagine it filling the body temple, purifying any stuck areas, any emotions or feelings that are lodged in the physical body. Imagine this loving energy just relaxing it all, dissolving all that is not of God. Join me in imagining this love light flowing from you, filling the room, connecting with everyone else, creating this one light of which we all are, beautiful and free. Imagine the room vibrating and supporting all of us in this loving energy. And finally, imagine it flowing out of this building, out of this sanctuary, out into the world, all around the world, effortlessly and easily, just blessing, uplifting, knowing God is. God is. Whew, take a deep breath. Allow a smile to come to your face as you bring your attention back into the room. Take your time opening your eyes, whatever pace is good for you. This completes our meditation.
my dance, my dance, my dance. Where I go, where I pray and take and give and live. God is, truth is, life is, oh God is. Thank you.
Sorry. I said, isn't that kind of ridiculous? It's so good. So good. Thank you so much. Such a perfect song for today's message. We have been studying this month. This is the last Sunday of a series focused on Know Thyself. And the framework in which we're looking at knowing ourselves is called the Four Kingdoms of Consciousness. And I know this as something that my minister, Reverend Michael, taught many years ago when I was out in LA studying there. And it really is a wonderful framework, a perfect way to locate where you're experiencing yourself within your mind, within your energy, and to accept it and to change it if you so desire. So let's take a review on those, especially for those of you who are new today or your first time here, to get you caught up. The first kingdom is called To Me, and this is the victim consciousness. This is the belief that says, life is happening to me, I'm at the effect. If those people, if that would change, if that didn't change, pointing outward, blaming, blaming, blaming. It is a no-win consciousness. It does no good. It's only harmful. It's harmful for the person in it, and it's harmful for the attack that comes out of it. And yet, we must accept that many of us find ourselves there often sometimes. So we create a lot of grace around this because the world runs on this, our political systems, our education system. This is where wars and everything comes from. The belief that there's something outside controlling me and I've got to change that. I really believe it's a mental sickness because it's so wrong. Because it's so not true and it's so not productive, and there's no God there. There's no God in this one kingdom. Again, we have to love ourselves when we recognize we're there, but we also have to be honest. This consciousness is a no-win consciousness. Has anyone tried to win this game, by the way? Consciousness number 2 is called By Me. And this is where, by the way, the bridge from 1 to 2 is responsibility. Beginning to take responsibility for the world you're seeing. Beginning to say, what's my part? How am I creating this? And when we ask that question, we become able to begin changing it for real. And the second kingdom of consciousness is By Me, which is the co-creator. This is learning and studying the laws of many laws of manifestation, the laws of allowing, the laws of deliberate intention, all of these spiritual laws that we learn to whether manifest a car or manifest a happy state of consciousness. All the manifesting it takes place, not all of it, forgive me, but this is a large focus upon that. And it's a fun one. Now, the downside to this is that we've seen in our culture is consumerism, the identification with what I manifest as who I am. What I have or what I don't have defines me. This is the pain body that many people find themselves in. And there's a lot of false pride established in this kingdom around the car I drive or where I live or all of those things that and they're not bad and wrong when we enjoy them, but when we identify and we make them who we are, this is where the suffering happens in this consciousness. The movement from this one is called surrender. when we begin to let go of the framework on how we want life to be, because we begin to realize that the flow of life has inherent within it an intelligence. And when we surrender to that intelligence, it leads us better than we could have figured out. Suddenly, synchronicities start to happen. The experience of being is more joyful. Last week I talked about this one, the idea that a lot of art lives in the through me experience, music and dance and poetry and whenever you're in the flow of life. Now, our society celebrates the arts, and it's a beautiful way to look at it, but there's much more to it. It's everyone has it in them, whatever is your easy, natural, joyful expression. And for some people, it's behind the scenes doing the details. It's being the wonderful parent. It's being the wonderful friend. It's just being. Just being. There are people on the planet whose through me is to just be. And they're blessing everything because they're in that particular consciousness. And then today, we move to the last one, which is called As Me. And this is the I am that. I am that and I am nothing else. And this is a hard one to talk about because even words are symbols pointing to something that is not really definable. Your nature, your being. So I'm going to give it my best shot and I'm going to talk all around it in hopes that you can tap it because that's really what we're here to do. So there's a few sayings. Number one, unity, their first spiritual principle says that there is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God. This is the very first stand that unity has taken since the 1800s. There is one power and one presence in the universe and my life. It dissolves duality. This is what makes unity such a profound transformational teaching. It speaks the truth from the first principle, and it challenges us immediately to look at all the ways that we believe in two powers, all the ways within us and within the world that says, oh no, there's two powers here. But unity at the onset. Not only does it say there's one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, that same power, it says that power is good. It is good with no opposite. It is not good over bad. It is not good against anything. It is a transcendent state of being which is only good. We can talk about it, but it can only be understood when it is felt. And here's the great news, it is who you are. You can rest on this. You can create on this. You can calm yourself on this. You can affirm this until the cows come home, and they will come home because you affirmed it. Cows come home. What is that? The next way of saying it, which I really love, this is Emily Cady, and she says that there is only God, everything else is a lie. I'm in love with Emily Cady. She is one of the most famous author of the Unity movement. Early 1800s, same time of Fillmore. I'm actually taking a class with Unity now, and this is my chosen author to study over the class, and so I've been diving a lot into it. And one of the first physicians one of the first female physicians in America, and she was so certain of principle. She was unwavering. There's only God, everything else is a lie. It's jarring. There's reality, and then there's nothing else. And if it doesn't look and feel and smell like God, it's not even real. She became this knowing. She taught from this knowing. And she didn't coddle the people who didn't understand. And I'll be quite honest, I believe that's part of the downfall of, and I have to watch myself around New Thought, is we coddle people's egos. We want to make sure, we want to help people. We dumb the teaching down thinking we're being of service. And when I read Emily Cady, I feel alive because she didn't dumb principle down. She made us lift up. And isn't that what we really want? That's what we want. And this is this beautiful truth. There's only God. Everything else is a lie. You know what I'm really afraid of? I'm going to flip and tattoo that on my arm somewhere. I just know it. I'm so in love with that. It's like I'm finding another spot. I'm like, oh, God, Mark, slow down. And then I want to show you one more. I want to show you 3 teachings on this. This one comes from A Course in Miracles. There are 2 things, love and fear. Fear is not real, therefore there's only love. It's a perfect equation. So it's another way to say it. The principle of unity, Emily Cady teaching at Absolute, and the Course in Miracles. So the highest vibration teachings bring us to the as-me consciousness, the oneness with God. But the doorway into the oneness with God means that you must let go of anything and everything else, including the I. Including I. And that's trippy. It's trippy, but once you get there, you're so in it. You're aware. You're connected. It's all that there is, and it's completely beautiful. It's completely beautiful. And here's the great news: it's from which you come. It is before the belief in the divide, and it is after, and it is during. It is truth, and we lean into this truth so that we may remember and become who we are. It's amazing. So let me share with you some of the mindsets that are required, excuse me, for this consciousness. Number 1, no judgment. You cannot judge and be as me. Now, I know the egoic mind judges. That's what it does. That's how it keeps itself alive. But remember, that's not real. So to be who we are, we must surrender all judging. And we've got to take a moment to recognize, how much do I do that? This isn't okay. They're doing that wrong. This is not the way it's supposed to be all day long. I'm going to need some water. Thank you. I was thinking that earlier, and I didn't ask for it. Thank you so much, Denise. So we must free ourselves. Thank you. We must pay attention. We must be vigilant, not for the holy mind, because the holy mind is fine. It's just there. We must be vigilant for the judging mind. We must be willing to pay attention and catch it, and pay attention and catch it, and notice and notice and notice. And it's overwhelming because, wow, it happens a lot. But the more you notice, the more detached you become. And then you get those spaces, and you realize when you watch, and remember, this is know thyself. When the judger gets activated, you suffer. You are in pain. You are causing yourself distress. Now, what do we do when we're causing ourselves distress? We look for people to join us. Why row that boat alone? We do. We form little groups of people that agree with us. And then we're certain. And then the suffering multiplies. It's what the ego does. All the while, as me, free of judgment, free of judgment. The as me consciousness is free of fear. It doesn't know fear. And the promises, these are promises of the Bible throughout time. God is your protection. God is your safety. On God you can depend. You will never be left. Never. But we hear that and we see that through the human eye, and you'll never locate that through your human understanding. You locate that in your divinity. It speaks about your spiritual nature, which will never be harmed, never be hindered. It will never die. It is always source. It is speaking about your true nature. And so as we align with that, we begin to feel that. And that becomes the experience of our life. It doesn't go the other way around. You don't try to get God to make you feel secure in the non-reality and then experience reality of protection. We accept reality. I hope you got that, because that was not my sentence. We experience reality. We experience the protection of our divine reality, and then that flows into the world. And then, oh, what you will do. My favorite story, as I talk about often, Byron Katie, True Awakened Being. She tells a story of walking in Atlanta, walking down the street, and a man comes up and holds a gun right to her head. Right to her head. And she says, "Oh, sweetheart, you don't want to do that." That's all she said. Completely free. "Oh, sweetheart, you don't want to do that." And he dropped the gun. Love. Pure love. Unafraid. I really don't believe she would have cared which way it went, by the way. I really don't. In body, out of body, she does not care. But the profound, unafraid energy calms the storm. This is a living example of the story in the Bible where it talks about Jesus walking out onto the stormy waters and the waters become calm. It's a living example of what that means to us today. When you, in your fearless connection to your as me presence, walk into an upsetting room, it dissolves, it calms down. Something new becomes available when we first locate ourselves inside of this place. Another important state of mind that actually positively supports us in this as-me consciousness, which we talk about all the time, is gratitude. When we are done naming everything as good, bad, right, or wrong, and when we decide to be grateful in all things, teaching from the Bible, be grateful in all things. There's nowhere where it says, be grateful in all things except for the ones you don't like. It doesn't say, be grateful in all things except for the ones that you think could be better. You have no idea how much the universe doesn't want your opinion. It doesn't care. In the most loving way, your opinion means nothing. Why? Because the opinion comes from the nothing consciousness. It comes from the lie. So it means nothing, it does nothing, and it serves nothing. Oh, that's quite an ego shot, isn't it? It really is. To realize that every opinion of mine doesn't matter. And the ego screams, who are you now? Now you're a nobody. And we have to move through that. We have to move through that, oh my God, I'm a nobody. So that you go, I'm everybody. You touch suddenly the allness of who you are. And it's everything. It's everything. By the way, when I talk about as-me, I just kind of get high and giggly while I'm in it. I feel like I just go skipping down the aisle, which would be kind of weird. All right. The best spiritual practice there is through meditation. This is where the stillness calls us. Ram Dass describes it as listening past the distortion of the ego and getting in touch with your intuitive heart. Listening past the distortion of the ego. And meditation is one of the key practices. And meditation is one of the things that is just still finding its way into the Western world. Most of us are still a little too busy for it, but we're interested. But this really is as you just sit and as you listen past the distortions of the ego, that's where you begin to touch and feel this as-me consciousness. And it doesn't need words. It's a being. It's an eternal being that you are. It is God is, and that is a complete sentence. God is, one of my tattoos right there. God is, and that's you. It's amazing. It's amazing. Many of you know, most of you know, I know that last week I announced that I'll be completing my work here in Naples at the end of April, and I appreciate so much the love and the people who say you're sad and you're happy for us. That's very, very beautiful. And we receive all of that love and that generosity. And what I want, if I may, what I want is for us in these next couple months to just be in that through me, as me, through me, as me, through me, as me consciousness. That's where this community really will come alive. That's where this community will really finally become, not finally, let me say it better, will expand the beacon of light that it can be. Because this low vibration to me consciousness, it won't get us anywhere. The upsets must all dissolve. We must commit to let everything go except the glory of God. And if which I'm committed to for the next 2 months, and we together make that commitment, oh my gosh, I won't even need a plane to get out of here. I'll just fly myself. That's my invitation. That's how I want to spend my last 2 months here in this role. I want to really dedicate myself. And I want to personally invite you. There is nothing to be gained in any other consciousness. We will only repeat the past. And what is new, and I mean the past pain, by the way, we will only repeat the past pain. The beauty and the goodness of the past that is meant to move forward will have a bridge built for it. And it'll find its perfect way. But we must be the consciousness that transforms, and that means in us. Are you interested in joining me in that? Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's move this into some prayer. Take a deep breath. I invite our prayer chaplains, ministers, if it's comfortable for you to stand to hold the consciousness, you can remain seated if you like. These are just a few of our chaplains that have spent time studying prayer so that they can know the truth for you, so they can be in that kingdom 3 and 4 for us. So I stand on their shoulders.
There's nothing worth more that will ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're our living hope. Your presence, Lord.
I've tasted and seen the sweetest of loves, when my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. In your presence, Lord,
Holy Spirit, you are welcome here.
Yes.
Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord.
Woo!
Oh, your presence, Lord.
Whew, take a breath. Take a breath. Let yourself be overcome by the presence that they sing about, that is so gorgeous and so perfect. The presence of the one power, the one light, the one truth that has no opposite. The glory of God, which I am, which we are. And as we this day stand in this, know this, affirm this, welcome this, remember this. As we remember this, everything else that is a lie disappears. It just disappears as we welcome the presence of the one Lord, the presence of the one light, the presence of the deep truth that heals, that reveals, that dissolves, that remembers, that is so gorgeous. Breathe in, breathe in.
Holy Spirit, you are welcome. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere.
Keep breathing, breathe deeply.
Your glory,
Don't get short on your breath.
Breathe. Long for
Surrender.
to be overcome by your presence, Lord.
Yes, yes.
Your presence, Lord.
Sing that again. Sing that chorus again. Sing it again. Come on.
Holy Spirit,
Lift your arms
you
up.
are
Welcome the
welcome.
Holy Spirit.
Come
Welcome
flood
it now.
this place
Right
and
here, right
fill
now.
the
The presence fills the mind. It fills the heart. It
Your
fills all that we are.
glory,
There's
God,
nothing else
is
that's
what
happening
our
right
hearts
here,
long
right now. Heal, reveal, know. Yes, yes, and
by
yes.
your presence, Lord. For your presence, Lord.
Whew, take a deep breath. So grateful. So grateful for that's the feeling. We have to let go so we can become it. And we got to get out of our comfort zone. Keep breathing. Keep breathing because this is who you are. I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful for this collective experience as me. And so it is. Amen.
Let us become
Yes.
more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness.
And so it is. Amen. Amen. That was fun, you guys. Did you enjoy that?
Yes.
All right. So now is your opportunity to share your gifts with Unity. We're so grateful for your contributions. You really have supported us wonderfully. And some say who've been here, one of the hardest years that Unity has moved through, but moved through is the key word, and coming out stronger and revealing God. So your gifts really do make a difference. I honor you for that. And together we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And welcome back, Brett, to share with you how you can give.
Thank you, Reverend Mark, for your important message. Thanks for the invitation to open us spiritually. And thank you for what you've done for us in this community to raise our spiritual awareness. Very, very important. How you can give. First, you can give through our website at unitynaples.org/giving. There you will find a Donate Now button. You also have the option of giving through text. Send the word GIVE to this number, 239-230-4704. That's 239-230-4704. If this is your first time giving this way, you will receive a link with instructions. If you have given before this way, all you have to do is enter a dollar amount, and that will go through. You can also mail a check to Unity Naples, and our address is 2000 Unity Way, Naples, Florida, 34112. For anyone giving cash or check here in the sanctuary, please place your gift in the drop boxes as you exit. People watching, thank you so much, and how you can give, we appreciate that as well. And now we are going to go back to our wonderful music team.
Don't have to worry, the past is forgiven. Yesterday's over, tomorrow's unwritten. We're not gonna hurry, we'll get there somehow. The only moment that matters is now. Now, wonderful now. The home of the Spirit, the holiest ground. Now, glorious now. The only moment that matters is now.
So we take a moment to give thanks for the gifts that have been given. We know that as we give freely from love as love, that's all that multiplies. And in this now moment, we know that all is good and all is well for Unity Naples, because God is its perfect and only source. And so it is.
The only moment that matters is now. The only moment that matters is now.
That is an original song by them, which makes it so wonderful, doesn't it? Yeah. So we have a lot coming our way this afternoon. I want to share with you one thing. I'd love for you to join me with this Wednesday night at 8 p.m. I'll be facilitating a Forgive Money webinar. Totally free. If you got any stuff going around money at all, if someone asks you for it, if you feel triggered by it, this is the perfect time to let forgiveness set you free. It's really the setup for the 8-week prosperity class that we're offering here. And this prosperity class is very different. We'll be using the book called It's Not Your Money Anyway. And trust me, it's not about money. It is one of the most amazing books, all about God's will, all about living in that free flow. It'll be an 8-week book study, and it'll also be on Wednesday nights. We'll do it on Zoom, so wherever you are, you can join me for that. But let's start here. Join me for this webinar. It's on the website. Just register. Even if you can't make it Wednesday night, if you register, you'll get the replay video, so you can watch it when you can. I'd love for you to join me.
Today is an important day. Today is our annual meeting at 12:30 after this service. Join the conversation as we create a more fulfilling experience for our membership. With our board of directors, we will review the past year at Unity, and we will create and set forth a vision for the best 2021. You can join us in person or virtually. If you are joining us virtually, register at our website. We are grateful for our amazing members and look forward to expanding in spirit with all of you. Please know this, we are here for you. We want to stay connected to you, and we ask that share this, that we can do this in multiple ways. Please be sure to like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Unity of Naples. Please go to our page often to receive the latest updates. Additionally, join our private Unity Naples Facebook group. It's a wonderful virtual way to connect and to share with other Unity Naples community members. Learn about our virtual classes, our events, watch our inspirational live streaming videos, participate, and connect with this amazing community. Make sure we have your email. Visit our website at unitynaples.org, where you will find a place to make sure that we have your current email address. If you are affected by the current healthcare crisis and you are experiencing challenges and you would like prayer support, please call our office and leave a number, and we promise to get back to you the best we can within 24 hours. Our office number is 239-775-3009, or email us at prayer@unitynaples.org. For immediate prayer, please contact the Silent Unity Prayer Hotline at 816-969-2000. We would like to welcome any visitors or newcomers that might be here with us today. If this is your first time here and you're comfortable, please raise your hand. Oh, welcome. So glad that you joined us today. That's great. Located in the back of the sanctuary after service, there is a nice gift for you and welcoming you to our wonderful sanctuary and to show our gratitude for you being here today. One of our volunteers will be happy to help you. Please remember at the end of service when you leave, do social distancing as you exit. And now we will close with our final song.
Thank you, Unity. Please rise.
Two things real quickly. We do have between now and the 12:30 meeting, we have pizza for you out there, so please partake in some. And Rev D made sure that it was good pizza for us, so we have that. And then when you come back for the annual meeting, make sure that you go through the door. They'll be checking in people and just doing their part around the annual meeting membership component. So pizza, and then check in at the door on your way back.
That's good because we're bringing back Let There Be Pizza on Earth. Sing this with us.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And together we say, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Woo!